The great halls of the Galactic Council buzzed with tension. King Zorthax of the Krillian Empire sat tall on his floating chair, but inside he felt worried. The humans, so new to space travel, had beaten his forces 3 times now. His purple skin darkened with shame whenever he thought about it. "We must learn more about these humans," he said to his advisor, Grell. "They are small and weak, yet they win battles against our best ships." Grell nodded, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence. "Perhaps we should study one up close, my king." King Zorthax looked across the council chamber at the human representatives. They were so strange with their soft skin and small eyes. Yet something about them made him nervous. "I have an idea," the king said slowly. "We will ask for a human military expert. We will say it is to help train our forces, but really, we will learn their secrets." Grell smiled, showing rows of sharp teeth. "And where shall we keep this human?" "Far from our military bases, I hope." The king's face brightened. "With my daughter. Princess Miranda has always wanted to learn about other species. The human will teach her about Earth culture, and we will watch everything." 3 weeks later, Commander Olivia Winters stood at attention as her superior officer gave her the strangest orders of her career. "You want me to go live with an alien princess?" Olivia asked, her blue eyes wide with surprise. At 32, she had fought in 6 major battles and saved countless lives. Now they wanted her to be some kind of royal babysitter. Admiral Kelly nodded, his face serious. "This isn't optional, Commander. The Krillians have asked for you specifically. Your record against their forces has caught their attention." Olivia ran a hand through her short blonde hair. "So I'm being sent as a hostage. We're calling it a cultural exchange," the Admiral said. "But yes, you're the guarantee of our good behavior. The peace talks are going well, but they don't trust us. Yet." Olivia packed light. One small bag held her personal items. Another contained her dress uniform and some casual clothes. The military had given her information about Krillian customs and language, which she had studied carefully. The trip to Argonia, Prime, the Krillian homeworld, took 12 days. Olivia spent the time learning all she could about Princess Miranda. The princess was young by Krillian standards, only 85 years old. She had never left the royal palace. Reports said she was smart but sheltered. When Olivia's ship landed at the royal spaceport, a group of tall, purple-skinned guards met her. They wore crystal armor that caught the light from 3 suns overhead. "Welcome to Argonia Prime, human," said the lead guard. "I am Captain Drex. I will take you to the palace." The capital city stretched for miles in every direction. Tall crystal buildings reached toward the sky. Krillians moved about on flying platforms, never touching the ground. Olivia noticed there were no other humans or aliens anywhere. The royal palace stood in the center of the city. It was a massive structure made of blue crystal, with towers that seemed to float without support. Captain Drex led Olivia through huge halls with ceilings so high she could barely see them. Finally, they reached a large round room. Sitting on a floating chair was King Zorthax himself. Next to him, on a smaller chair, sat a young female Krillian. "Princess Miranda," Captain Drex announced. "This is Commander Olivia Winters of Earth." Olivia bowed low as she had been taught. "Your Highness, it is an honor to meet you." The princess stood up. She was tall like all Krillians, nearly 7 feet, with light purple skin and large, silver eyes. Her head crest was decorated with small jewels that sparkled when she moved. "Welcome to our home, Commander," Princess Miranda said in perfect English. "I have been looking forward to meeting you." King Zorthax made a rumbling noise in his chest. "The human will teach you about Earth culture, daughter, and perhaps some basic self-defense, nothing more." The princess nodded, but Olivia caught a flash of something in those silver eyes. Interest? Rebellion? It was gone too quickly to tell. "Come," Princess Miranda said. "I will show you where you will stay." The princess led Olivia through more crystal hallways. Krillian servants stepped aside and bowed as they passed. "Is it true that humans fight their own battles?" the princess asked suddenly. Olivia nodded. "We do. Our officers lead from the front." "Fascinating," Miranda said. Krillian royalty never fight. We have warriors for that. They reached a large room with windows overlooking the city. The furniture was too big for a human, but someone had added smaller pieces that would fit Olivia. "These will be your quarters," the princess said. "My rooms are next door. We have installed Earth-style facilities for your comfort." Olivia set down her bags. "Thank you, Your Highness." The princess moved closer. "Please, when we are alone, call me Miranda. I have so many questions about Earth, about fighting, about everything." Something in the princess's voice made Olivia look up sharply. There was hunger there, a desire for knowledge that surprised her. "I'm here to serve as your advisor," Olivia said carefully. "I'll answer whatever questions I can." The princess smiled. "Good. We begin tomorrow." She turned to leave, then stopped. "Oh, and Commander? My father thinks you are here as a prisoner, to be studied and then discarded. I hope to prove him wrong." After the princess left, Olivia stood at the window watching the three suns begin to set. She was deep in enemy territory, sent as a diplomatic gift to an alien princess. Yet something told her this assignment would be different than anyone expected. In Dastianer, his private chamber, King Zorthax met with his war council. "The human is safely contained with my daughter," he told them. "She will reveal Earth's weaknesses without realizing it." General Krav nodded. "And when we have what we need?" The king waved a hand. "We will find a use for her or send her back, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to learn how these humans fight. Once we understand that, we can crush them." What none of them noticed was the princess, listening from a hidden passage behind the wall. As she heard her father's plans, Miranda's silver eyes narrowed. Perhaps it was time to learn more than just Earth culture from the human commander. Olivia woke up early the next morning. The three suns of Argonia Prime had barely risen, painting the crystal city in soft pink light. She did her usual exercises: push-ups, sit-ups, and stretches. Just because she was on an alien planet didn't mean she could skip her training. A soft knock on her door interrupted her. Olivia opened it to find Princess Miranda standing there, dressed in simple clothes rather than her royal outfit from yesterday. "You are already awake," the princess said. "Good. I want to begin our lessons right away." Olivia raised an eyebrow. "What lessons did you have in mind, Your Highness?" "Please, just Miranda when we are alone," the princess said. She looked around to make sure no one was listening. "I want you to teach me how to fight like a human." Olivia tried to hide her surprise. "I'm not sure that's what your father had in mind when he requested me." Miranda's silver eyes flashed. "My father thinks of me as a pretty ornament, not a future ruler. He wants me to learn about Earth art and music while his spies watch you for military secrets." "And what do you want?" Olivia asked carefully. "I want to be strong," Miranda said simply. "In over 4,000 years of Krillian history, no ruler has ever known how to fight their own battles. They all hide behind warriors and give orders from safe rooms. I want to be different." Olivia thought for a moment. Teaching the princess to fight might make King Zorthax angry, but it might also keep Olivia alive if she made herself valuable. "Okay," she said finally. "But we need a private place to train. Somewhere your father's spies won't see us." Miranda smiled, showing teeth that were sharper than a human's but not threatening. "I know just the place." The princess led Olivia through hidden passages in the palace walls. They went down many stairs until they reached an old room deep underground. "This was a training area hundreds of years ago," Miranda explained. "No one comes here anymore, not even the cleaning robots." The room was large and dusty. Old weapons hung on the walls, strange crystal spears and curved blades. The floor was padded with some kind of soft material. "Perfect," Olivia said. "Let's start with the basics." For the next 3 hours, Olivia taught Miranda simple fighting stances. The princess was tall and naturally strong, but she had never used her body for combat. She fell down many times. "In Krillian culture, the body is just a vessel for the mind," Miranda explained as she got up from another fall. "Royal children are taught to think, not to fight." "On Earth, we believe in training both," Olivia said. a strong mind in a strong body. Day after day, they met in the secret room. Miranda learned quickly. Her Krillian reflexes were faster than any human's, and once she understood a move, she never forgot it. After a month, they moved from basic stances to actual combat techniques. Olivia taught the princess how to punch, block, and kick. She showed her how to use an opponent's weight against them. Humans call this judo, Olivia explained as she demonstrated a throw. It means the gentle way. Even someone small can defeat someone larger if they use the right technique. Miranda practiced the throw over and over until she could flip Olivia without effort. The princess never seemed to get tired or bored. "Why are you so interested in fighting?" Olivia asked one day after a long training session. "Most royals I've met prefer luxury to hard work." Miranda sat down beside her. "When I was young, I saw my father lose a battle against the Vorax. He wasn't there, of course. He watched from his safe room while his warriors died. Afterward, he was angry, but unhurt. The families of the dead warriors were crying outside the palace. I decided then that I would never send others to die while I stayed safe." Olivia nodded slowly. "That's a good reason." As months passed, their training grew more intense. Olivia taught Miranda about human military strategy and tactics. They discussed famous Earth battles and how small forces had defeated larger ones through smart planning. King Zorthax, meanwhile, was growing impatient. His spies reported that the human and his daughter spent much time together, but they didn't seem to discuss Earth military secrets. "What do they talk about?" he demanded of Grell. "Earth culture, Your Majesty," Grell replied nervously. "Music, art, history. Nothing of military value." The king growled, a deep rumbling sound. "The human must be suspicious. We need to make her feel safer so she reveals more. Perhaps a public event," Grell suggested. "Show that she is an honored guest, not a prisoner." King Zorthax thought for a moment. "Yes, a royal feast with all the noble houses present. The human will be the guest of honor." A week later, Olivia stood beside Princess Miranda in the great feast hall. Hundreds of Krillian nobles watched her with curious eyes. She wore her dress uniform, the only formal clothes she had brought. "Just smile and be polite," Miranda whispered. "Many of these nobles have never seen a human before." King Zorthax made a long speech about peace between Krillians and humans. He talked about cultural exchange and friendship. Olivia knew most of it was lies, but she clapped politely. After the feast, a young Krillian noble approached Olivia. He was tall and handsome by Krillian standards, with deep purple skin and a jeweled head crest. "I am Prince Dravkor," he said with a slight bow. "Future mate of Princess Miranda." Olivia glanced at Miranda, who looked away. "It's an arranged marriage," the princess explained later as they walked back to their rooms. "Dravkor's family is powerful. Our union will bring their warriors under my father's control. Do you want to marry him?" Olivia asked. Miranda shook her head. "I have no choice. It is tradition." The next day, their training was more intense than ever before. Miranda fought with new energy, almost anger. "There is one Krillian tradition that might help me," she said as they rested. "The tournament of succession. Every royal heir must prove their worth through a series of challenges. The final challenge is combat, but heirs always use champions to fight for them. And you want to fight yourself," Olivia guessed. Miranda nodded. "No royal has ever done it. If I win, even my father will have to recognize my right to make my own choices." Olivia thought about the risks. If the princess fought and lost, it would be bad. If she fought and won, it might change the Krillian Empire forever. "Then we'd better train harder," Olivia said finally. "When is this tournament?" "In 3 months," Miranda replied. "Not much time." "It's enough," Olivia said with a smile. "Trust me." The 3 months passed quickly. Every day, Olivia and Miranda trained harder than before. The princess learned to use her natural Krillian strength in ways no royal had ever tried. Her tall body became lean and strong. Her movements, once stiff and formal, now flowed like water. "You are ready," Olivia said one day as Miranda pinned her to the training mat for the 5th time. "You could beat most human fighters I know." Miranda helped Olivia up. "But Krillian warriors are stronger than humans, and they train their whole lives for combat." "True," Olivia said, "but they don't know how you fight. They expect the old Krillian styles, all power and no surprise. You have something new." The princess nodded. She had created her own fighting style, mixing human techniques with Krillian strength. No one on Argonia Prime had ever seen anything like it. "Tomorrow I will announce my entry into the tournament," Miranda said. "My father will be angry." "What will you do if he forbids it?" Olivia asked. Miranda's silver eyes hardened. "I am not asking his permission. I am informing him of my decision." The next day, Miranda stood before her father in the throne room. King Zorthax sat on his floating chair, with Grell and other advisors nearby. Olivia stood in the back, watching. "Father, I wish to enter the Tournament of Succession," Miranda announced. The king nodded. "Good. It is tradition. Have you chosen your champion?" "I will fight myself," Miranda said clearly. The room went silent. Then all at once, everyone started talking. Advisors shouted about tradition. Nobles gasped in shock. King Zorthax's purple face darkened to almost black. "Silence," he roared. When everyone quieted, he leaned forward. "Daughter, no royal has ever fought in the tournament. It is beneath our dignity. We rule with our minds, not our bodies." "Perhaps that should change," Miranda replied. "A ruler who cannot defend themselves cannot truly understand the sacrifices of their warriors." The king's eyes narrowed. He looked past Miranda to where Olivia stood. "This is the human's influence. She has poisoned your mind with Earth ideas." "Commander Winters has shown me different ways to think," Miranda said. "But this decision is mine alone." For a long moment, King Zorthax said nothing. Then he sighed. "The laws do not forbid it, though no one has ever tried. If you insist on this foolishness, I cannot stop you. But when you fail, remember that I warned you." Miranda bowed and left the throne room. Olivia followed quickly, feeling the angry stares of the Krillian nobles on her back. "That went better than I expected," Miranda said when they were alone. "He thinks you'll lose," Olivia replied. "That's why he's allowing it." The princess smiled. "Then he will be surprised." The Tournament of Succession began 2 days later. Thousands of Krillians filled the great arena in the center of the city. King Zorthax sat in the royal box with his advisors. Olivia sat nearby, watching everything carefully. The first challenges were tests of mind, not body. Contestants solved complex problems and answered questions about Krillian history and law. Miranda, educated since birth for rulership, passed these easily. Next came strategic challenges. Contestants commanded virtual armies in simulated battles. Here too, Miranda excelled. Her new understanding of human tactics, combined with traditional Krillian strategy, allowed her to win in unexpected ways. Prince Dravkor also did well in these early rounds. He watched Miranda with growing concern as she advanced through the tournament. Finally came the combat rounds. Most royal contestants sat on viewing platforms while their chosen champions fought below. But when Miranda's name was called, she stepped into the arena herself. A murmur ran through the crowd. Many had heard rumors but hadn't believed them. King Zorthax shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Miranda's first opponent was a professional warrior from a minor noble house. He was tall and strong, with scars across his purple skin. He laughed when he saw the princess. "Princess, I cannot fight you," he said. "It would not be proper." "Then you forfeit?" Miranda asked calmly. The warrior frowned. "No, Before he could finish, Miranda moved. She stepped inside his guard and used a human judo throw to flip him onto his back. The crowd gasped. The warrior got up, no longer laughing. He attacked with traditional Krillian moves, powerful, but predictable. Miranda avoided each strike. She moved like water around stone, using the warrior's strength against him. In less than a minute, she had him pinned. "Do you yield?" she asked. Red-faced with shame, the warrior yielded. Match after match followed the same pattern. Traditional Krillian warriors didn't know how to fight someone who used human techniques. Miranda won every bout, sometimes in seconds. In the semi-finals, she faced a champion from one of the oldest noble houses. He was more cautious than the others, having watched her previous fights. He kept his distance, studying her movements. Miranda surprised him by attacking first. She used a combination of moves Olivia had taught her, a feint followed by a low kick, then a grab. The champion fell hard. When Miranda won this match too, King Zorthax could no longer hide his surprise. He leaned toward Grell. "How is this possible?" he asked. "She fights like no Krillian I've ever seen." Grell looked nervously at Olivia. "The human has been teaching her, Your Majesty. Our spies reported training sessions, but we thought they were just exercise." The king's eyes narrowed. "This changes everything." For the final match, Miranda would face Prince Dravkor's champion, General Kravash, the greatest warrior in the Empire. He had never lost a fight. The night before the final, Prince Dravkor visited Miranda in her chambers. Olivia stood nearby, watching carefully. "You must withdraw," Dravkor said. "This has gone too far. You have made your point." "I have come this far honestly," Miranda replied. "I will see it through to the end." Dravkor's face hardened. "No royal should fight like a common warrior. It shames us all. If you continue, there will be consequences." After he left, Olivia frowned. That sounded like a threat. "He is worried," Miranda said. "If I win tomorrow, many traditions might change, including arranged marriages." The next day, the arena was completely full. Even people from other planets had come to watch the princess who fought her own battles. Miranda stood in the center of the arena. Across from her was General Kravash, nearly 8 feet tall and covered in battle scars. His crystal armor gleamed in the sunlight. "Princess," he said in a deep voice, "I have served your family for 50 years. I do not wish to harm you." "Then fight well and fairly," Miranda replied. "That is all I ask." The signal was given. The final match of the Tournament of Succession began. General Kravash moved first. He charged at Miranda with surprising speed for his size. The princess stepped aside at the last moment, just as Olivia had taught her. The crowd gasped as the mighty general missed his target. But Kravash was not the Empire's greatest warrior for nothing. He changed direction instantly and caught Miranda with a glancing blow. She stumbled but kept her balance. In the royal box, King Zorthax leaned forward. "The girl fights well," he admitted to Grell, "but Kravash has never lost." Olivia watched the fight with growing concern. Something was wrong. The general seemed to know what moves Miranda would make before she made them. When the princess tried a human-style leg sweep, Kravash was already jumping over it. "He knows her techniques," Olivia whispered. Then she realized someone must have been watching their secret training sessions. In the arena, Miranda was noticing the same thing. Each time she tried one of the human moves Olivia had taught her, Kravash was ready. He blocked her punches and avoided her throws with ease. For the first time in the tournament, Miranda was in trouble. She took several hits that left her gasping for breath. Her silver eyes met Olivia's for a moment, looking for guidance. Olivia made a subtle gesture, changing patterns, improvising. It was something they had discussed but never fully practiced. Miranda understood. She had been fighting with a mix of human and Krillian styles, but Kravash seemed to know both. She needed something new, something no one had seen before. 2. Princess backed away, giving herself space to think. Kravash pressed his advantage, moving in for what he thought would be the final attack. In that moment, Miranda did something unexpected. Instead of using any formal fighting style, she moved purely on instinct. She ducked under Kravash's arm and struck at spots Olivia had never shown her. She created new combinations that mixed elements of different techniques. Kravash hesitated, confused by moves he didn't recognize. That moment of confusion was all Miranda needed. She slipped past his guard and struck a series of quick blows to vulnerable points on his body. The general staggered. For the first time, doubt showed on his face. He had studied the princess's fighting style for days, but now she was doing things he had never seen. In the stands, Prince Dravkor watched with growing alarm. He signaled to a servant who slipped away quietly. The fight continued. Miranda was now fully improvising, creating a new fighting style in the moment. Kravash, trained in traditional methods, couldn't adapt quickly enough. The princess landed blow after blow. Finally, with a move that combined a human martial art with Krillian strength, Miranda knocked Kravash to the ground. She stood over him, breathing hard. "Do you yield?" she asked. The general looked up at her with new respect in his eyes. "I yield, princess. The match is yours." The arena erupted in cheers. Krillians who had never seen their royalty fight were on their feet, shouting Miranda's name. King Zorthax sat in stunned silence. Miranda turned to acknowledge the crowd. As she did, Olivia noticed a small movement near the edge of the arena. A servant was approaching the princess with a ceremonial drink, a traditional offering to tournament winners. But something about the servant's movement seemed wrong to Olivia. She pushed her way through the crowd, trying to reach Miranda. Before the servant did, "Stop," Olivia shouted. "Princess, don't drink that." Guards moved to block Olivia, but General Kravash, still on the ground, saw her urgency. "Let her pass," he ordered. Olivia reached Miranda just as she was about to take the drink. She knocked it from the princess's hands. The liquid spilled on the arena floor where it sizzled strangely. "Poison," Olivia said, pointing to the steaming puddle. The servant tried to run, but Kravash caught him easily. Guards surrounded them as the crowd murmured in shock. "Who sent you?" the general demanded. The servant looked fearfully toward the royal box where Prince Dravkor was quietly backing away. "Seize the prince," Kravash ordered. Guards moved quickly to surround Dravkor. King Zorthax stood up, his face dark with anger. "What is the meaning of this?" "Treason, Your Majesty," Kravash said. "An attempt to poison the princess after she won fairly." The king turned to Prince Dravkor. "Is this true?" Dravkor's face showed no remorse. "The princess shames our traditions. No royal should fight like a common warrior. Better she die with honor than live to destroy our ways." The arena fell silent at this confession. King Zorthax looked at his daughter, who stood tall despite her injuries from the fight. "Take him away," the king ordered. Guards led Prince Dravkor out of the arena. Then Zorthax did something no one expected. He descended from the royal box and walked into the arena. The crowd gasped. Kings never walked among commoners. He approached Miranda and studied her for a long moment. Then he looked at Olivia. "Human," he said, "I sent for you believing I could learn Earth's weaknesses. Instead, you have shown my daughter a strength I never understood." He turned back to Miranda. "You have won the tournament of succession fairly. More than that, you have shown courage no royal has shown in thousands of years." He paused. "Perhaps our traditions need to change." Miranda bowed to her father. "Thank you, father." The king raised his voice so all could hear. "Princess Miranda is the rightful successor to the throne. Let no one challenge her claim again." The crowd cheered wildly. General Kravash knelt before Miranda, and one by one the other warriors in the arena did the same. Later, in the palace, Olivia and Miranda sat in the princess's chambers. Healers had treated Miranda's injuries from the fight. "How did you know the drink was poisoned?" Miranda asked. "I didn't know for sure," Olivia admitted. "But I saw Dravkor signal to the servant, and the servant moved wrong. Too nervous, too focused." Miranda nodded. "You saved my life." "You won your own battle," Olivia said. "I just helped with the aftermath." The princess looked out the window at the city below. "Everything will change now. My father has called a meeting of all noble houses tomorrow. He wants me to speak to them about what I've learned from you." "What will you tell them?" Olivia asked. Miranda smiled. "That strength comes in many forms, that rulers should understand what they ask of their warriors. that traditions can be respected without being prisoners to them. A servant entered and bowed. "Princess, the king requests your presence, and the humans as well." Miranda stood up. "It seems our work is just beginning." King Zorthax's throne room was filled with nobles from every part of the Krillian Empire. They stood in groups talking quietly among themselves. Everyone had heard about Princess Miranda's victory in the Tournament of Succession. Everyone knew about Prince Dravkor's failed plot to poison her. Olivia stood near the back of the room. As the only human present, she drew many curious looks. Some were friendly, others hostile. The nobles weren't sure if they should blame her for changing their traditions or thank her for exposing a traitor. The great doors opened. King Zorthax entered with Princess Miranda walking beside him. This itself was new. Normally the king would enter alone, on his floating chair. Today he walked, and his daughter walked as his equal. They reached the throne platform. Instead of sitting, King Zorthax remained standing. "Noble houses of the Krillian Empire," he began. "For thousands of years we have ruled the stars. Our traditions have kept us strong. But traditions that do not grow become chains that hold us back." A murmur ran through the crowd. The king was saying things no Krillian ruler had ever said. "Daughter has shown us a new kind of strength," he continued. "Not just the strength of the mind, which we have always valued, but the strength of the body and spirit as well." He gestured to Miranda. "She will speak now. I ask that you listen with open minds." Miranda stepped forward. She wore simple clothes, not royal robes. The bruises from her fight with Cravash were still visible on her purple skin. "Noble houses of the Empire," she said, "I stand before you as proof that our ways can change without breaking. I fought in the arena not to shame our traditions, but to make them stronger." She looked around the room, meeting the eyes of many nobles. A ruler who cannot understand what they ask of their warriors cannot truly lead them. How can we send others to die if we have never faced danger ourselves? General Cravash, now standing near the throne, nodded in agreement. Other warriors in the room did the same. "The human, Commander Olivia Winters, taught me more than just how to fight," Miranda continued. "She taught me that true strength comes from understanding all parts of your empire. Not just the high chambers where nobles meet, but the training grounds where warriors prepare for battle, the fields where farmers grow food, the factories where workers build our ships." She gestured for Olivia to join her. After a moment's hesitation, Olivia walked through the crowd to stand beside the princess. "My father sent for this human thinking she would reveal Earth's weaknesses," Miranda said. "Instead, she has shown us our own. We have become too rigid, too certain that our ways are best. We have stopped growing." King Zorthax stepped forward again. "Prince Dravkor has been tried and found guilty of attempted murder. His house has lost its noble status. But his crime has shown us something important. There are those among us who would rather kill than change." The king's voice grew stronger. "I will not be one of them. From this day forward, all royal heirs will train in combat alongside their other studies. They will not rule until they understand what they ask of their warriors." He looked at Olivia. "Commander Winters came here as a gift, a prisoner in all but name. Today I free her from that status. She will be advisor to the throne, with all rights of a noble house." Olivia was stunned. She had expected to be sent back to Earth, not given a position of power. "Furthermore," the king continued, "I am sending envoys to Earth to propose a true alliance, not based on fear or strength, but on respect and learning." Some of the older nobles looked unhappy, but many of the younger ones nodded in approval. General Cravash and his warriors seemed particularly pleased. "And finally," King Zorthax said, "I name Princess Miranda as my true successor. When I step down, she will rule. Let any who think her unworthy challenge her in fair combat." The room was silent. Everyone had seen or heard about how the princess fought. No one stepped forward. "It seems my daughter has become a warrior no one dares challenge," the king said with a small smile. "Perhaps that is as it should be." The noble houses bowed to Miranda. Then, one by one, they came forward to pledge their loyalty to her as the future queen. Later, Olivia and Miranda stood on a balcony overlooking the Crystal City. The three suns were setting, painting the buildings in gold and red light. "So you're staying," Miranda said. "I thought you would want to return to Earth?" Olivia looked out at the alien city that had become her home. "Earth will always be there, but here I can make a difference. Help build something new between our peoples." "My father has changed," Miranda said. "He was always a good king, but set in his ways. Now he sees that change can make us stronger." "And the noble houses?" Olivia asked. "Will they accept these new ways?" Miranda smiled. "Some will fight it, but many of the younger nobles have already asked me to teach them how to fight, and several noble daughters have asked if they too can compete in future tournaments." A servant approached and bowed deeply. "Princess Commander, the king requests your presence. The Earth envoys have arrived." Miranda looked at Olivia. "Ready to make history?" Olivia nodded. "Lead the way, Your Highness." As they walked back into the palace, Olivia thought about how strange life could be. She had been sent here as a prisoner, a diplomatic gift to an alien princess. Now she was helping to forge a new alliance between their worlds, and Miranda, once a sheltered royal who had never left her palace, was now a warrior and leader respected by all. She walked with new confidence, her head high, her silver eyes bright with purpose. Word spread quickly through the galaxy. Other alien races heard about the human-trained Krillian princess who fought her own battles. They heard about how King Zorthax had changed ancient traditions after seeing his daughter's strength. Many of these races had dismissed humans as weak newcomers to the stars. Now they began to wonder if there was more to learn from Earth than they had thought. Several sent requests for human advisors of their own. What had begun as one king's plan to study a potential enemy had transformed into something much greater, a new way for different worlds to learn from each other. And at the center of it all was the unlikely friendship between a human commander and an alien princess, who together had changed an empire.